e5 is a common response that establishes a presence in the center, controls d4, and opens up the queen and dark-squared bishop. Knight f3 develops the knight toward the center, attacks the e5 pawn, and prepares to castle. Knight c6 develops the knight toward the center, protects the pawn on e5, and eyes the d4 square. The Italian game starts with bishop c4, which attacks the f7 pawn and prepares to castle quickly. Knight f6 develops the knight and attacks the undefended e4 pawn. d3 protects the e4 pawn and the c4 bishop and allows the dark-squared bishop to develop. Bishop c5 develops the bishop, attacks the f2 pawn, and prepares castling. Castling kingside tends to be safer than queenside because the king is further from the center. This creates a pawn chain, linked pawns that form a strong structure. Solid. Continuing with standard opening theory. This is a book move, meaning it follows established opening theory, played by top players for years. Right on target. Both kings are castled and ready for the middle game. This creates space for the king to move in case it is attacked. This offers an equal trade of pieces. This moves the bishop to a more active square, making it gain scope. This is the strongest option. This threatens to win a bishop through a fork. This stops the opponent from being able to win a bishop through a fork. A very strong play. Very precise. Right on target. This creates space for the king to move in case it is attacked. This is the strongest option. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. Recaptures. This takes an outpost, a square where the knight cannot be kicked out by a pawn. White develops the knight and attacks the center. This is an equal trade. Takes back. Very precise. This misses an opportunity to connect rooks. This misses an opportunity to develop a rook off its starting square. After all captures, this is an equal trade. Recaptures. This threatens to tactically win a queen. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. Takes back. This moves the knight to safety. This offers to exchange pieces of equal value. This is an equal trade. Recaptures. This misses an opportunity to kick a knight. This stops the opponent from being able to tactically win a pawn. With this recapture, Black introduces a new piece to the game. This permits the opponent to take an open file with a rook. This threatens to checkmate the king. This blocks an attack on a pawn. This misses an opportunity to threaten checkmate. This allows the opponent to sacrifice a knight for a nice tactic. Sacrificing the knight was the right idea. After all captures, this is an equal trade. This overlooks an opportunity to capture a bishop that was threatening to win material. Right on target. That queen was free for the taking. This defends the attacked bishop. This protects an underdefended pawn that is under attack. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. This threatens to capture a rook and win material after the follow-up trades. This protects the attacked rook. One of the best moves. This blocks the check from an opposing queen. This is an equal trade. Recaptures. This moves the queen to safety. This creates a pawn chain, linked pawns that form a strong structure. A solid choice. Black's bishop has moved to a square with greater activity and control. This activates the king in the endgame by getting it off of the back rank. Black was worse off, but now they are in a losing position. White still has an advantage, but they no longer have a winning position. White was better off, but now their position is winning. This is the strongest option. Very precise. White still has the better position, but they lost their winning advantage. This moves the bishop to a more active square, making it gain scope. This is not the right idea. Right on target. The game is still close to equal, but White lost their advantage. This misses an opportunity to defend a pawn that was under attack. This evades the check from the rook. This defends a pawn that was under attack and had no defenders. White had an advantage, but now the game is close to equal. This is the strongest option. A very strong play. Very precise. Right on target. This is the strongest option. This makes a passed pawn. This is the only move that works. This steps away from the checking rook. Very precise. This creates a pawn chain, linked pawns that form a strong structure. One of the best moves. That's not a mistake, but it's not the best move either. A solid choice. The piece finds a new active square. This wins material. This evades the check from the rook. This is the only good move. This blocks the attack on a pawn that could have been captured. This steps away from the checking rook. A very strong play. Right on target. This wins material. One of the best moves. A solid choice. This is the strongest option. This is the only move that works. This steps away from the checking queen. Very precise. Right on target. This moves the queen to safety. This steps away from the checking queen. This is the strongest option. This blocks an attack on a pawn. A very strong play. One of the best moves. Very precise. Right on target. A solid choice. A very strong play. This is the strongest option. Very precise. One of the best moves. A solid choice. Putting the piece on a blockade square. Right on target. A very strong play. This is the strongest option. Very precise. Right on target. This is the strongest option. This steps away from the checking queen. Very precise. This is the only good move. This evades the check from the queen. One of the best moves. This evades the check from the queen. Right on target. This is the only move that works. The game ended in a draw by repetition.